The Ministry of Education pushes back the reopening of primary schools, making special provision for students affected by Erika. Japan joins a host of countries pledging support for Dominica's recovery efforts, and about 70% of Marpin's customers now have their service restored. Hi, I'm Edona Baptiste with the Channel 5 News. Details coming up.
A cool way to make some quick cash with the Dominica National Lottery. Simply go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery, and like our page. Fill out a simple form and that's it. Every week, one lucky fan will win $250. Yep, 250 big ones just for liking our page. How cool is that? So what are you waiting for? Hurry to facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery and start winning. Draw takes place every Friday.
At Quartz, it's the biggest mattress clearance event of the year. We're making room for all new models. So, for a limited time, purchase any mattress, base, or divan and get a second one half price. Everything must go. So, head down to Quartz now and take advantage of the biggest mattress clearance event of the year with nothing down and nothing to pay for 90 days. Only at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
There's a place in Portsmouth that's mellow.
The products and services are just mellow.
Located on Harbour Lane in Portsmouth, next to the St. John's School, it's Milo's Bakery.
Milo's Bakery offers a wide variety of tasty pastries and breads for your satisfaction.
Baked fresh and soft.
So come to Milo's for your tasty pastries. Open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Saturday and from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays.
Call 445-4044 today.
It's movies, entertainment, sports, news, travel, cuisine, and arts. Pink TV is here with over 80 great channels to choose from to satisfy your entertainment needs no matter what. Watch all your pay-per-view programs with ease. Tier services included Fox Soccer Plus, Speed TV, and tennis. Watch quality local programming like the Channel 5 News and Ion Sports, all from the comfort of your home in full digital and HD. The thrill, the scare, and the emotion. Marpin 2k4 Pink TV, bringing value home because life is better with Marpin.
Welcome back. First up, the Ministry of Education has established new dates for the opening of primary and secondary schools around the island. Speaking at a press conference Monday morning, Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, Peter Seja, said that secondary schools will start classes this week.
Secondary schools will reopen on Wednesday, September 9th, 2015. The Pierre Charles Secondary School and the Dominica Grammar School will reopen for 4th and 5th formers only. Students of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd forms of the Pierre Charles Secondary and the Dominica Grammar School will be advised subsequently on the date for reopening.
Primary schools, however, will start the new academic year next week.
Primary schools will reopen on Monday, September 14th, 2015. However, principals and teachers should report to their schools from Wednesday, September 9th, 2015 to begin the planning process.
Special provisions have been made to accommodate the pupils of the Petit Savant Primary School.
Students of the Petit Savant Primary School will be housed at the former Teachers College building at Bath Estate on a shift system with the Newtown Primary School. Students of the Newtown Primary School will attend school from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and the students of Petit Savant Primary School will attend from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
All early childhood facilities which are able to resume sessions should do so on Monday, 14th September. The school term, which was initially scheduled to start on 1st of September for the Dominica State College and 7th September for other schools, was delayed due to the effects of Tropical Storm Erika. Dominica has been on the receiving end of a donation of emergency relief supplies worth $100,000 from the Japanese government. Andrea Louis has that story.
Since the passage of Tropical Storm Erika on 27th August, there has been an outpouring of assistance from the regional and international communities. The Japan International Cooperation Agency donated supplies to the government of Dominica during a ceremony on Saturday.
After seeing the devastation caused by the tropical storm Erika, I was moved to come here to personally deliver emergency relief goods and express our heartfelt sympathy and support. In delivering these relief goods, it's our hope that the 25 power generators, 20 water purifiers, and 20 water tanks, which amount to approximately $100,000, will be of great assistance to those communities that have been severely affected by the tropical storm.
On 1st September, the government of Japan decided to provide emergency assistance to the country in response to a request from the government of Dominica.
Notwithstanding our distances, we are far apart, difference in cultural orientation, but ideally we share a common humanity. And that demonstration here today is a clear indication of a commitment to the people of Dominica. Your support, Your Excellency, is important today, but it's going to be even more important as we move from an emergency response mood to one of reconstruction and recovery.
The donation of 25 power generators, 20 water purifiers, and 20 water tanks will be used to assist those communities severely affected by the tropical storm.
The government and people of Dominica really highly appreciate the gesture and goodwill of the Japanese people. To us, that's another further demonstration of your solidarity with us in this time of need. We see it again as a very tangible mark of our friendship and, of course, your further cooperation and kindness and goodwill to us as a people.
The Adventist Church is playing its part in helping to rebuild the country following the passage of Tropical Storm Erika.
Ministerial President of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Dominica, Pastor Felix Jack, told the press briefing on Friday that the Adventist Church in Barbados will make a financial donation to Dominica's rebuilding efforts. Dominica and Barbados form part of the East Caribbean Conference of Seventh-day Adventist Churches.
The President, Don Francis, along with his administration, has met, and they have committed themselves to make monetary contribution to Dominica, and a letter was since forwarded to you, Prime Minister, with a commitment of an initial financial contribution of $50,000 Bajan dollars. And last weekend and this weekend, the churches are taking special offering that will augment that.
The Adventist Disaster and Relief Agency, ADRA, has also been activated since the passage of Erika. ADRA seeks to provide aid and relief in various forms to those affected by the tropical storm.
An area that we are dealing with is providing psychological first aid to individuals who have been affected. The ministers have gone to the south, to Grand Bay. We met with people in the shelters in Grand Bay. We have also met with some folks in Scott's Head who have relocated there, providing psychological first aid to them, counseling and therapy, and also providing water and food items to alleviate their plight.
The Adventist Church has also divided the island into 4 zones to better manage its relief efforts around the country.
We are providing hygiene kits, toiletries, and so on to help individuals. One of the problems we have noticed is, as a result of the storm, a lot of refuge are over the place, and we are providing garbage bags so that we can keep our environment clean and pristine.
Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
In more news, His Lordship Bishop Malzer urged Dominicans to reach out to those affected by Tropical Storm Erika.
Saturday and Sunday were officially recognized as days of prayer. On Sunday, the bishop conducted a prayer and worship service for the displaced people at the Dominica Grammar School. The bishop encouraged people to lend a helping hand to those affected during August 27th storm.
Those who are not touched in any severe way has a responsibility to reach out to those who are touched in a more severe way. Because our Catholic theology tells us that we are not saved as individuals. Anyone who has that theology has a wrong theology. We are not saved as individuals. We are saved as a people.
The bishop asked those at the grammar school not to set distinctions between people.
And so, brothers and sisters, even today, we have come here to identify with this situation. But what is most important is the fact that we are all in it together. It is not something that happened to the people of Kulibi Street, or to the people of Petit Savan, or to the people of Good Hope. It happened in Dominica. Today is theirs, tomorrow will be yours. You never know. You just never know. So when a person is in difficulty, we have the responsibility to reach out, because one day we will be in need. Brothers and sisters, the gospel story beckons us to come to the Lord, to come to conversion, to come to realize how much God loves us. And because God loves us so much, we are duty-bound to reach out to others in that same love.
In related news, Petit Savan residents who are currently at the Dominica Grammar School participated in several sporting events and extracurricular activities held for them over the weekend.
Organizations and individuals came together to provide a day of fun and sports to help improve the mood of the displaced residents at the grammar school. The Newtown Juvenile Football Academy, Garth Joseph, and Digicel are among those who partnered in this venture.
So we're here at grammar school playing basketball, playing football, cricket. We also have a number of kids underneath the Digicel tent, painting, coloring, and so forth. We are very pleased to be here, the team Digicel to be here, to support the people, to be with them, to talk with them, and to let them feel, a bit, much happier than they felt sometime, last week. As you know, Petit Savan was affected badly by Storm Erika, and we know that a lot of them are suffering. A lot of them lost their family members. So we are doing our best to get them back, to normalcy here at the Dominica Grammar School.
The company continues its drive of distributing much-needed items to those affected by the tropical storm.
Just 2 nights ago, we received huge supplies of mattresses and flat-top stoves. We've received food supplies and several other items that we've already begun to distribute to families in need around Dominica. And we will be collaborating with other local organizations, to include the Dominica Red Cross Society, to ensure that these items get to those who are most in need of it.
Chairman of the Petit Savan Village Council says the residents are grateful for the support shown by the Dominican public towards their plight.
We are here and we are hanging on, we have been displaced from our community, and let me say, I really appreciate you guys being here. It's a comfort to us here. We need all the socializing we can get, So, so we are here and we have been taken care of. There's no complaints in terms of food, clothing, Yeah, we are well taken care of. But the only thing is, the question is what is next, That's the main question now.
You're watching Channel 5 News, a look at work at the Douglas Charles Airport when we return. Stay with us.
Create your sweet retreat with bed frames, bedroom furniture, and mattresses from Quartz. Shop today and get free gifts with the purchase of mattresses. Plus, enjoy huge savings on bedroom combos and mattresses, and pay absolutely nothing for 60 days when you shop with Quartz Ready Finance. You can support a charitable organization with your purchase. We will donate a percentage of each bedding sale to a worthy cause. So the ultimate retreat can be yours with the best in bedroom furniture and mattresses. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Let's be conscious and beware. The climate is changing everywhere. Let's promote more healthy lands to withstand the change at hand. Grow and plant a tree. Let's restore the forest. Be a lot more conservative with our farming practices. Keep our environment more clean and green. Put an end to all the polluting. For it is our natural beauty we promoting. Let us be against the hurricanes, stronger homes in our communities. Make a change. Let us be proactive. Rally, rethink, rally, respond, and the coastal pollution. Promote more water conservation. Whoa. Rally, rethink, rally, respond. Plants around the river banks to sustain the water on the land. Yeah, yeah.
Climate change is real. Our actions do matter. Rally, rethink, respond. Message from the OECS and USAID.
A world leader in manufacturing for the cutting professional, Makita's very own diamond blades provide maximum efficiency for coring, cutting, and polishing all types of masonry.
Another good product put out again by Makita.
Longer life, durability, optimum performance. Makita diamond blades provide a powerful edge that lasts.
Nothing nicer than having a good blade.
Go beyond the ordinary. Go with Makita.
Cash now, then the National Cooperative Credit Union is the way to go. Get up to $8,000 right now with a now for now loan. Go to our website at nccudominica.com for details and apply for a now for now loan at any NCCU branch to get your cash right now.
Thanks for staying with us. Approximately 70% of service to Marpin 2k4 customers have been restored since the passing of Tropical Storm Erika on August 27th. Lurian Graham has that story.
Technicians at Marpin 2k4 have been making great strides to restore service to customers affected by the storm. On the weekend, technicians successfully restored service to Cochrane, Campbell, and Waterhaven. On Sunday, they restored service to the Silver Lake area. On Monday, technicians headed to the east to restore service there.
In particular, the southeast, and where our fiber network is still down, still having what service. Our aim and our objective is to reroute the fiber signals. Previously, before the storm, it passed on the southern end of the island. We're going to have it pass on the north, northeast, and into the southeast. We are hoping if all things goes our way, we're giving ourselves between today and tomorrow to restore that service.
The senior technician continues to ask subscribers and customers to be patient as technicians are making all attempts to restore their services. Areas such as Petit Savan, Coulibistry, sections of Coliho and Bagatelle will be isolated for a while until those areas are safe to restore electricity and other utilities.
We very well might have to reconstruct our network in Coulibistry, especially past our area. The poles are down, we have recovered a few equipments and amplifiers and taps, but my estimation we have to redo that whole area.
The number to call to report loss of service is 500-4150, 4151, 4152, and 4153. You can also call customer service at 500-4136 and 4137.
Ongoing work to restore the runway, terminal building and parking lot at Douglas Charles Airport is progressing well. More from Julian Morris.
Tropical storm Erika left significant flood damage at the airport totaling $40 million. Channel 5 News went back there Monday to update you on the progress of restoration works there. Supervisor of the cleanup of operations there at the airport, Baptiste, gave us a tour. In our last report, we began at the runway. This time, we'll take you inside.
As we can see now, the airport is now pretty clean. It's now cleared up all the muck, partly all the muck. We have taken it all out. We're still doing a few work on still. Our current is there to restore, and water. That is our major problem now. This is the arrival part of the airport, custom and immigration. Before it wasn't like this. It was all up mud. But as you can see now, that is all cleared up and ready to go, ready for people to arrive. So it is now ready that we can accommodate people now. So it's no longer mucky, as you can see. Here we are in the departure area. As you can see, the security machine is all cleaned up. The area is looking pretty good now. There's still a few things to be done, but as far as you can see, it is ready and can start to work. We are now entering where we wait to board the flight. Again, as you can see, the difference as it was before with all the muck, we had mud up to about the chair's height. And right now, there is no mud whatsoever. We have the duty-free shop there, which is temporary protected there with some plywood. But it is all cleared up, and I guess in due time, we will be going pretty good. So we are looking pretty good so far. Things are moving on very smoothly. And in such a short time again, we should be having some movements here in our airport again. All the debris, as you can see, has already gone off. We have already cleaned up, and we had flight here yesterday, day before yesterday, we had Riyadh, and the runway is looking good. In front of the airport is looking good. The people are still doing their work, getting things together so that we could continue to make use of our airport, which is starting to look like an airport and looking good so far.
You're looking at the shoulder of the runway now, which was really covered in water the last time we came here. And as you can see, as Mr. Dayton had promised, the water has been diverted back to the river off the runway, and now it has a chance to dry up as part of the recovery process here at Douglas Charles Airport. Once again, we are on the Douglas Charles runway. You can see for yourself that the runway itself is pretty okay, and we were told that flights started coming in. At least there were flights 7 days after the disaster itself, and we had, I believe, a flight on Saturday as well, but there was a Riyadh flight on Saturday. These are not commercial flights as far as I understand it, but nonetheless, these are flights coming in. The CEO of the Air and Seaport Authority was engaged at a board meeting and could not meet us at the airport Monday, but he said he was pleased with the progress so far. He did not give a date, but seemed optimistic that operations at Douglas Charles could resume very soon. And Dayton Baptiste agrees. Based on the way work is progressing, you think it'll be sooner rather than later? Yes, based as the way things are going now. For a matter of fact, we had Riyadh day before yesterday, one of the ATR touched down here, which was pretty good. I mean, they didn't have any problem at all. But pretty soon we will get activities going here. And so at this time, we have no official confirmation as to a date, as to when Douglas Charles Airport will reopen. But based on the pace at which the work is going, you can deduce that very soon, or sooner rather than later, Douglas Charles Airport will be open for business. Julian Morris reporting for Channel 5 News.
Police continue to up their security in town and at strategic locations in response to attempts of looting in the wake of Storm Erika. The police force expects looting, burglaries, and disorderliness can happen in the aftermath of such disasters. The lawmen had received reliable information about attempts to loot businesses in town during the passage of Tropical Storm Erika and consequently organized a mission in Roseau.
We heard that they were looking forward to going to a popular establishment in Roseau. But thank God we're on top of the action. We were one step ahead of them. And as a result of which, obviously, if they had only attempted from our vantage point, surely we would have had to arrest people. So far, we are pleased to report that we have not had any form of looting in the city. We are out patrolling the streets day and night, and we have the patrols. We are at the shelters, and there must be a semblance of order at the shelters as well. Because like I told you, anything can happen at the shelter. Crime can take place there. People can take advantage of the people who are already distressed and disillusioned.
Police are also providing security at other areas of interest.
Namely the primary school at Baptiste Estate, the Dominica Grammar School, where the Petit Savant people are being sheltered, and the Paradise Valley people at Baptiste Estate are being sheltered at the primary school at Baptiste Estate. So given the potential that anything can take place at these shelters, we have a responsibility, and we have embarked upon a round-the-clock security activity, static security duty. The police are also involved in the protection of property as one of its primary mandate in ensuring that the newly constructed apartments at Baptiste Estate and Emsall are secured. And there too, we have mounted static duties on a shift-by-shift basis. So we are really flooding these areas to ensure that they are not vandalized or damaged, as it were.
The community of Dalis must now pick up the pieces left by Tropical Storm Erika after the disaster claimed one life.
Hilary Regis was the only fatality of the storm over a week ago, which took the lives of over 20 people. Jerome Regis recounts the hours leading up to the time of his brother's body being found.
A lot of water was running down the road. I there looking at that big river and thing. So after that now, I hear one impact coming from the back of the house, but I didn't have it as coming. I thought it's a big thunder that roll, you understand me? And then I just feel the house get libo. When I hear the libo, I freeze myself. When I freeze myself, I saw the tree running down there. Then I open my door and I come on the porch and I start calling, Brother Ray, Brother Ray, Brother Ray. And Frank come out by his home there. He called me, Gio. I answer him, yes. And then I fly through the porch there. I fly through the stone wall there. And I run and I reach by the gas station in my underwear. When I reach by the gas station, I say, Frank, Hilary die, you know, garçon. Because look, Hilary was just above there and the house not there. And I tell you, when the plenty rain fall, the rain over, we decide, well, we're going to look for Hilary. We come up the zip, we was just at the front there. We start taking out all the what you see in there, all that, and we dig up, we go up. And I tell you, water running down, man, and all how we take the dirt, it's sticking in the shovel, and we had to knock it, all that hit up thing there. So luckily, I know in which room Hilary was. So I tell the sergeant, well, we digging to go up straight, and after we will cut across to go behind there. And so said, so done. We dig until I tell them, okay, we're going to dig to get the yard, because the yard have that tile on it. We're going to get the yard and then we'll follow it to go up there. Anyway, they obey me. We start digging and then we get him in the center, just in the corner there. When we saw the little locks, they say, okay, look at the body there. And then when we get the little locks, we continue going to the body gradually. When we pass the neck, it had a big piece of block on the body itself. So we had to get a hammer and then break the piece of block for us to actually take out the body underneath the piece of block. Anyway, when we get him, the time we go and get 2 sheets. It was 5:15 in the afternoon when we get the body.
Regis says at that time they brought the body to the police station, but the next day they had to make arrangements to bury him because it had already begun to decompose. He says they quickly gathered wood, built a coffin, and buried the body at the cemetery. Regis recalled his brother as his companion who always looked out for him.
Once I am not there, he will do and live for me. You understand me? When he passing, he will greet me, and to speak the truth, it's really a pain for me. It's really a pain for me, and he's my last brother.
He's the youngest?
Yes, okay. My last brother.
Since his home is now filled with mud and remnants from his brother's house, Jerome is staying with a friend.
French consul to Dominica says French visitors who were on island during the passage of Storm Erika are safe and not missing based on the French consulate's investigations. The French consulate is reporting that majority of French citizens on vacation in the country at that time have returned to their homes. Hervé Nizar is the appointed French official living here to look after the interests of French citizens.
We tried to get in contact with as many as we could. The French residents was easier because, of course, we have a listing, so we could contact them. Those which were on holidays, sometimes the families have contacted the hotline that the French embassy had put in place in St. Lucia, so they could inquire and say, my cousin, my nephew, my son is in Dominica, do you have any news? So we started from that.
There were several French visitors staying on the east, but they have since been airlifted since the roads were impassable.
There were a difficult and a critical issue with Jungle Bay. So as I live on the East Coast, I knew exactly where it was. So a French helicopter, the second time the French helicopter came after doing the assessment, they landed in La Plaine, where I live, to pick me up. And we then immediately landed at the Délices playing fields in front of the school, where we had been informed that a lot of the French people staying at Jungle Bay were, and of course, luckily we found them. There were another group of 9 other French people which were in Délices as well. So thanks to the French helicopter, they were able to be all airlifted to Roseau on Sunday.
The French consulate also organized transportation to Roseau for another group of French visitors at Citrus Creek Plantation in La Plaine and Rosalie Bay Resort.
Those which were airlifted and those which were transferred by road sailed away Sunday evening for the group of Guadeloupe and Monday morning for the group to Martinique. There were a few that stayed up to Wednesday morning, where there was another ferry to Martinique. But all those of the jungle, those airlifted, and all of them have gone.
Nizad says as far as the French consulate is concerned, there are no French nationals unaccounted for here.
In our listing, in the people who have inquired about French nationals that could have been in Dominica, through the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs, through the French Embassy in St. Lucia, I confirm we have 0. It's a few days, the media was reporting that 2 French nationals were missing. I can confirm they were not. There were French nationals living in Point Michel. They were not at their home on Wednesday evening when Tropical Storm Erika hit Dominica. So obviously the next morning the neighbors were reporting them missing. We found them. They were in Délices. They are part of those which were airlifted to Roseau on Sunday.
Tropical Storm Grace expected near Dominica on Friday. Your weather report is next.
The weather is brought to you by Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Good evening, Dominica, and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I'm your presenter, Marsha Alexander. We begin by taking a look at earlier infrared satellite imagery and what it showed. This area of convection associated with weak unstable conditions affecting mainly the southern portion of the island chain. Dominica experienced fair to partly cloudy skies during today. A busy week expected as we continue to monitor the progress of Tropical Storm Grace. At 5 p.m., the center of Tropical Storm Grace was located near latitude 14.0 degrees north, longitude 37.5 degrees west, or about 1,600 miles east of the Lesser Antilles. Grace is moving towards the west near 18 miles per hour, with maximum sustained winds near 45 miles per hour. On this path, Grace is expected to be near the islands as a tropical depression by Friday. Residents in Dominica are advised to continue to monitor the progress of this system. Now, taking a look at earlier radar imagery and what it indicated, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms across the southern portion of the region associated with weak unstable conditions. Now, tonight's weather is expected to be fair to partly cloudy with a few scattered showers, and similar conditions can be expected into tomorrow. Sea conditions are expected to be moderate in open water with waves peaking near 5 feet. Conditions for the next 3 days: an increasing cloudiness with showers and thunderstorms can be expected on Wednesday due to the passage of a tropical wave. And on Thursday, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers can be expected. Looking at the bigger picture, fair to partly cloudy skies with a few scattered showers expected across the northern portion of the region, with partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers expected across the southern portion of the island chain. Our international cities forecast: clear skies expected in New York, some thunderstorm activity expected in Miami and Caracas, overcast skies expected in Beijing, and mostly cloudy skies expected in London. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:53 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:13 p.m. Please remember that we are in the hurricane season. For more information, you can call the weather hotline at 447-5555 or visit our website at weather.gov.dm. Thanks for viewing. Have a good night.
How do I look, Mommy?
Perfect. When you've been here, you know what's important. Protect it with Sagicor. Wise financial thinking for life.
That's news. To end the news, the headlines again. The Ministry of Education pushes back the reopening of primary schools, making special provision for students affected by Erika. Japan joins a host of countries pledging support for Dominica's recovery efforts, and about 70% of Marpin's customers now have their service restored. You can feel free to send your questions and comments to news@marpin2k4.com. On behalf of the production team, I am Edona Baptiste. Thanks for watching. Join us again tomorrow.